Satnam. This video is about mantra, and forgive me if I freak out because for real, mantra is just about my favorite thing on the planet. It is so amazing. Mantra is a way of co-creating with the universe. It is a way of creating a resonant vibratory frequency in your body that can spill out from your body and unify with the cosmos. It sounds so trippy, and it is trippy. It is amazing. It's often called the sacred sound current because there is like a sound current of infinity that flows in the ethers, which is the non-material. And mantras filter down from the ethers into our material plane, and they give us an ability to experience a little bit of heaven. That's what it feels like for me when I'm chanting a mantra, a version that really works from a beautiful musician. And when I'm chanting that mantra and I'm supported by that sacred sound current, for me, it truly feels angelic and heavenly. There is a science behind it, not just the kind of new age cocooning of the way that we talk about mantra. There is an actual science of mantra. And mantra deals with 84 meridian points at the upper palate of the mouth, so that when you're chanting in certain rhythms and frequencies and certain words, you're hitting the upper palate of the mouth in a particular way that stimulates these 84 meridian points, and which then communicate with the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus creates, a flood of endorphin or different neurochemicals that support the body and the mind in a numerous variety of ways. The way that I like to think about these meridian points are a little bit like imagining them like a piano. So if I play the piano and I'm hitting different keys, certain keys work well with others. They make different sounds, every one that you hit. You can't just hit them all at the same time and have the same effect as, something by Beethoven or Chopin. It doesn't work. You have to work with the science of mantras. You have to work with the technology. So mantras in Kundalini Yoga, many are very ancient, and they have been developed over a long time by yogis or brought into the world from really enlightened masters who understood intrinsically the sacred sound current. So there's so much magic in them. And they're in a language in Kundalini Yoga called Gurmukhi. And Gurmukhi is a language that is very sacred and very powerful. But also, this Gurmukhi allows the brain to kind of just sort of step out of it and let the mantra take over. So, for example, let's say that you have resistance to the idea that your body is holy or that there's any love in any of your cells. You could say, my cells are filled with ecstasy, and really not mean it. Or you could say, Unsung Waheguru, and not really connect with any resistance to that. And the vibratory frequency of Unsung Waheguru would have that translation in it. It would have that purpose of ecstasy being in every one of your cells. So sometimes the mind can develop resistance in its own language. Now, there are mantras that we will present in this course that are in English, and that's a different kind of thing because that's directly pushing up against any resistance in order to kind of topple it over. You develop a dominant thought pattern through the thoughts you're thinking in your mind. Now, how many times have we had thoughts run through our mind that are no bueno? Things like, I'm too fat, I'm so fat, I'm too fat, or I'm worthless, I'm the worst, I suck at this. And we just kind of repeat these negative thoughts over and over and over again in our mind. The mind likes action. It's a very still mind is a very trained mind, and most minds have thoughts coming out all the time. So thoughts are going to happen. If you've gotten into the habit of having a lot of negative thoughts just sort of spin in your mind, and it's hard for you to quiet the mind, then one of the techniques to use is to use mantra to insert something else for the mind to play with. Mantra actually means something that goes across the mind. So man means mind, and tra is across. So it's something that you sort of play across the mind and allow the mind to carry on playing with. sometimes. So instead of saying, I'm so fat, I'm so fat, I'm so fat, if that's your mental habit, you can have something like Ramadasa Sohang, Ramadasa Sohang, Ramadasa Sohang. Or maybe you're singing a version to yourself that you've loved in one of our meditations, and it's not even the mantra of the week. You just fell in love with something, and it starts, playing over and over and over again in your mind. Great. Because the point at which your mind starts playing the mantras naturally means that those subconscious negative thoughts can't bubble up into your positive mind so much and create damage to your aura, create a depleted energetic state that makes it harder and harder for you to manifest the life that you want. So mantras, literally, I could talk about mantras for the rest of my life and still be as excited at the end as I was at the beginning. But mantras, when we present them to you, it's really important to keep them as they are, not change them or try to mess with them at all. They're like a mathematical equation. So if I present a mantra that has a certain number of words, it has a specific measurable vibratory frequency. It has an effect. So just like the mathematical equation, 2 plus 2 equals 4. And you know that 4 is what you're going to get, and 4 is the result we're going for. If you switch it around and all of a sudden it's 2 plus 1 does not equal 4, you will not get the same effect. So make sure that you keep the mantras as they are shared in this course. They are very sacred, all of them, and treat them with reverence. Treat them with the same reverence and respect and devotion that you would like to treat your body temple. So week 1, we'll start off with a mantra in English. And this mantra was given by Yogi Bhajan, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. It deals with the two aspects of self-identity. The finite identity of I am Ramdesh Kaur, I am a Kundalini Yoga teacher, I am this human being, this body. And the I am, that's the infinite self. I am the cosmos, I am all life, I am love, I am light. And this mantra helps to create a real merger and a union between those two senses of identity. Now, it's also a powerful affirmation that's been used by many traditions and many spiritual lineages, the I am statement. So be really mindful if you can this week, if you're chanting or playing this mantra, if you're just sort of keeping I am, that this is an opportunity to begin putting something better after that statement. Rather than I am fat, for example, which I've previously used as an example of a negative thought, I am love. I am loving. I am kind. I am beauty. I am joy. You can put a lot of things with I am that are a heck of a lot more powerful and self-supportive than something negative. For week 2, we have 2 mantras, and that's because our mantra for week 2 is Eckankar Satguru Prasad, Satguru Prasad, Eckankar. And you'll notice that I took the same words, Eckankar Satguru Prasad, and then they were flipped around, Satguru Prasad, Eckankar. So this is a mantra that is exquisitely powerful, and it transforms negative to the positive. And in this week, in week 2, since we'll be dealing so much with releasing negativity and releasing negative patterns, this is a super useful mantra that you can take to help you with that process and just to help just churn it out like you're just processing in mega doses all this negativity and turning it into positive. Now, this mantra is so creative. You'll be in such a state of creation when you do this mantra that it requires another mantra to be chanted before, just for your own peace, your own protection. Because when you chant Eckankar Satguru Prasad, Satguru Prasad Eckankar, your thoughts become extremely creative. And so you want to make sure that you're in a positive, protected frame of mind so that you create only positivity from that state. So these 2 mantras, Ad Gadename, which we will chant first for protection, and then Eckankar Satguru Prasad. Ad Gadename, that mantra is a powerful protective mantra. Ad Gadename, Jugad Gadename, Sat Gadename, Siddhi Guru Deve Name, and it just creates a shield of protection. And then Eckankar Satguru Prasad, Satguru Prasad Eckankar. Eckankar means the creation and the creator are one. And then Satguru Prasad is this truth is a gift from the Guru, the great teacher. So it's a powerful turn of phrase. It's a powerful energy current in this mantra that is incredibly sacred and very divine. It relates to a real energy force that is giving you a gift of the awareness of the connection of all things and supporting you in the transformation of negative to positive. So please treat that mantra with reverence and sacredness. And both of these mantras can be played throughout your house. You don't need to focus just on one, but if you do opt to use Eckankar, Satguru Prasad, Eckankar, just make sure you use Adgare Name too. It's the only mantra like that actually in Kundalini Yoga that has a little supportive. Please do this first as an assist. In week 3, the mantra is Ramadasa Sohang. And this is, it's going to be so hard not to talk too fast for this one because this mantra is just so juicy and so wonderful. This is a powerful healing mantra. This is like a beam of light that just comes down and beams goodness at you and helps you to heal. So these words, Ramadasa Sohang, what do they mean? They're instead of words, they're really like bij mantra. That means seed. So it's like the root of a word. It's a sound current, but they have meanings. So Ra is sun. Ma is moon. So already we're getting balancing energies. Da is earth, and Sa is totality, like the allness of creation. So when you say that first part of the mantra, you're calling upon those energies, you're connecting with them. So it's like Ra, sun, Ma, moon, Da, earth, say, everything. I'm sorry, Sa. Ra, sun, Ma, moon, Da, earth, Sa, everything. And when you say that first Sa, your energy is lifting up out of your body, almost like it's reaching to the cosmos. And then the second part of that mantra, Sa Se Sohang, that second Sa, it brings that energy back from the heavens down into your crown chakra. So it's like you're reaching out for all this energy from the big cosmic bodies, and then you're pulling it into you. Like, that's for me. That's for me. That's one of my favorite, on a side note, one of my favorite spiritual practices. When I see something that I admire about someone, instead of being jealous or being like, oh, I wish I had that, I like to say, that's for me. So I call more of it in. So Ramadasa Sa. Say is another word for the divine. It's another word for totality, but it's a personal word. It's implying that you have a really loving, close, friendly relationship with this energy. So it's such a good part in this mantra. And then there's So Hung, which basically is it's a vibration that unifies and connects. So Hung means I am that. It means that you identify that you are one with all of creation. How can you be physically ill if you are a part of a divine blueprint? It calls all of this healing energy, this knowingness of your own perfection and your own radiance and just infuses you with it. It's super powerful and healing, as you can tell. I like it kind of a lot. On week 4, we'll be using the mantra Satnarayan. And Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satinam is the mantra. And this mantra is an emotional balancing mantra. So it's going to help you balance your emotions. It brings on a state of deep inner peace and a deep connection with the sustaining energy of the universe. Narayan is the water element, but it's the sustainer of the universe. So it's like the life-giving force. So it's a very nurturing, cocooning, comforting mantra to use when you need a little bit more support and balancing help. I mean, if you just want to sort of like drift, almost like you're floating on a river. You're floating in a body of water, not without any resistance to life, just being taken care of, just allowing the universe to support you. It's so sweet and soothing. Love that mantra too. Love all the mantras. Week 5, we'll be using the mantra bountiful, beautiful, blissful. So there are a lot of different versions of this mantra that kind of put the I am statement at the beginning or at the end. But this is kind of the next step for that week 1 mantra, I am, I am. Now we're learning how to really ground in the positive. By this point, we are bountiful, beautiful, and blissful. And it become easier and easier to say these things in English and mean them as we go along through this course. So it's a great mantra to restore your self-esteem, to restore your sense of destiny in a way. Because when you forget that you're bountiful, beautiful, and blissful, it's very hard for you to create the fullness of your own destiny. But when you remember that you are abundant, when you remember that you have beauty within you, and when you remember that you have happiness, that all of these things are energies that can flow to you and through you at any time that you open up and claim them and release resistance to them, your life starts to get better and better and better. For our 6th week, we'll use the mantra Unsung Waheguru. Now, this, I don't know. Can I have a favorite mantra? Probably not, because I'm so cuckoo about them all. But Unsung Waheguru is the body temple mantra. Unsung Waheguru means that ecstasy is dancing inside every single one of your cells. Unsung means each cell, and Waheguru means the ecstasy of the awareness of the presence of the divine is enlightening me. And it's used to refer to this state of motion that exists when the cells are filled with life and they're vibrating and they're cleansing and they're reproducing and the cells are doing all of this stuff in our bodies all of the time, all of this amazing work. They're always in motion, like they're dancing. And so you get to visualize with this mantra that all of the cells in your body temple are just dancing with love and dancing with light. And it's so great. I love it. It really awakens infinity within you. And when infinity is awakened in you, good stuff happens. Now, you might be wondering whether or not there's a mantra that I would suggest beyond all mantras as kind of a all-purpose, fixes all sort of, all-in-one sort of cleaner. You have all-purpose cleaner, and then you have your specific cleaner. And there's a mantra called Guru Ramdas mantra. Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. This is a healing mantra. It is a mantra that can be used in any situation to bring healing, to bring peace, to bring wisdom and awareness and miracles. And it is just an all-purpose, deeply supportive mantra for life. So yes, absolutely. Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. This is a heart chakra opening, loving, beautiful mantra. And if you ever experience depression or you feel out of sorts, you feel like you've tried every mantra and you can't find one that really feels good to you, Guru Ramdas is a great place to go. It's a great mantra to just sit down and see if it doesn't provide you a soothing energy. Another mantra to keep in mind during this course is Satnam. It's the seed or bij mantra of Satnam, which means truth is my vibration. Truth is my essence. And Satanama refers to the cycle of life. Sa is birth, Ta is life, Na is death, and Ma is rebirth. This constant, endless flow with the divine, with creation. This is a very balancing mantra. It's a mantra that can connect you with a spirit of fearlessness, because there is this constant flow. There's nothing to fear. Life moves. Change is constant and continual. And it has that sense of balance, the scope of of the beginning and the end, but never the complete end, just sort of an infinity. It's like a flow of infinity. You'll hear this mantra a lot in this course. You'll hear it during meditations and pranayams. You'll hear me say it to close a lecture. You will chant it 3 times at the end of every meditation to close our practice. Satnam is a very powerful sacred mantra. So that connection, it's like the yogic greeting, Satnam, Satnam. We say it all the time, and Satanama carries so much of that essence and energy within it. But on that note, these are certainly not the only mantras that would support your growth and healing in this body temple process. There are many, many mantras in the tradition of Kundalini Yoga, many more that I talk about in my book, The Body Temple, many more that you can find on Spirit Voyage's Mantrapedia. There is a key for every lock. And I believe that our hearts are locks and mantras are keys. And there may be several skeleton keys out there for you, but there may just be 1 or 2 that really, when you sing them, when you chant them, open you up and blossom you in a way that nothing else ever has before. I know for myself, mantra was how I found Kundalini Yoga. I heard one particular mantra one time, and I just knew whatever that was my path of healing. So there may be a mantra like that out there for you. You can take a listen to my radio show, Spirit Voyage Radio. There's about years and years and years of podcast episodes about different mantras, and keep exploring, keep listening. You can find live chanting sometimes, depending on where you live. There can be things going on online. There's Satnam Fest. There's a lot of options, but you can practice mantra in a number of different ways. You can recite it straightforward by just speaking it. You can chant it out loud. You can chant it silently. You can just mentally chanting it. You can also just listen. And all of those are wonderful ways of exploring your relationship with mantra and how it supports you, how it feels good to you. But the experience also of chanting it with other people is something that is just so powerful. So if you have an opportunity to do something like that in your life, I wholeheartedly suggest you jump on it. It's so special to be in an environment when you're able to sing with other people too. Now, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about chanting times. But it's not specific to just chanting times. This information applies to meditation times throughout Kundalini Yoga. And this information is quite specific about why a meditation, whether it involves chanting or not, might be for a specific amount of time. And this might be interesting to you as you explore mantra as a personal practice. So I'm just going to give you a little extra information. So 3 minutes. When we chant something for 3 minutes, it deals with strengthening our electromagnetic field. It begins to recharge our blood and improve our circulation. This is true for any sort of meditation. So pranayam, or it's a meditation length of 3 minutes that will do that. Now, meditating for 7 minutes, that's going to start to affect your brain patterns. It'll continue to work on your electromagnetic field and strengthening it. Now, the electromagnetic field relates to the aura, and when you have a strong aura, it can be easier for negative things to just not affect you as much and to keep positivity in. 11 minutes relates to adjustments in the nervous and glandular system. So it can help you be very calm. It can help the internal biochemistry of your body stabilize. So 11 minutes is very powerful. And you'll notice perhaps that many of the meditations that we do in this course are 11-minute meditations. And part of that is truly designed to help support your nervous system and your glandular system, which are greatly affected by a lifetime of negative thinking and having trouble accepting your body. 22 minutes is a meditation time that relates to the balancing of the 3 minds. If you don't yet know what those are, take a look at our supplementary video on the 10 bodies. But that's the positive, negative, and neutral minds and bringing those in balance. And 22 minutes also begins to affect the subconscious mind. 31 minutes of mantra meditation affects the cells in your body, and it also affects your endocrine system. So your endocrine system begins to get engaged and supported at that level. And then at 62 minutes, your brain, your frontal lobe of your brain, your pituitary, your pineal gland, all of those are in balance, and all of your mental, physical, and emotional bodies are affected by the power of that meditation or that mantra at 62 minutes. And then in 2.5 hours, you have completely remade your psyche. So every part of your self has been saturated with the power and the effect of that mantra or that breathing exercises or that meditation. Whew, that is some goodness. It can be really daunting to think about 2.5 hours if you're just starting out a practice. So don't feel any pressure to jump straight into the deep end of the pool. Remember, changes come at just 3 minutes. So see if you can experience some of that strengthening of the electromagnetic field, even with just a few minutes of conscious breathing or a few minutes of chanting mantra. And I'll leave you with this. I love to play mantra 24/7. I like to have it playing throughout my house. Sometimes I leave it very low volume in my workspace so that I can create a sacred temple of sound. We know that if mantra is made up of sound and energy, our bodies too are made up of these sounds. Even as I'm talking, there's a kind of music that's being created. It may not be as pretty as some other types of music, but it is a sound. It's the body's natural way of healing. The body hears its own heartbeat. It hears talking. This sound is an extremely healing thing. In Kundalini Yoga, you'll see gongs used. Throughout this course, you'll hear crystal singing bowls. There's types of sound healing work very organically with the body. The body recognizes sound and vibration as a part of its true nature, and it brings it into very great alignment. So don't underestimate the power that mantra can have to support you on a journey to radical self-love, because there is love held in the energy of these mantras. They have so much power, and I obviously love them, and I hope you do too. Satnam.